emperors.
Supreme rule is a valid method of government.
Yeah, we just get a good guy up there, someone like me.
Exactly.
Someone exactly
We
like
need
me.
the right guy. Yeah, I've been getting into the
I think I'm him.
Executing people because you don't like the way they just sound.
Yeah,
that.
you'd be first. We were listening to a podcast, last podcast on the left on Josef Mengele, and we were just talking about what Nazis we would be.
Do you think?
He
What do
would
you think
be
he'd
a
be?
fucking SS. He'd be a little dog, dude.
You think
Yeah.
he'd be on the ground?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
He'd be a little SS scurrying around.
Yeah.
Ratting people out.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd be ratting people out.
You would.
Wait, so you guys were talking about
what Nazis we would
which
be.
Nazis you would be
Yeah.
in the Nazi regime?
Yeah.
He would, and I think he
Okay.
would be.
It's a
He
fair
would be
argument.
like he would be like in charge of like the Parks Department or something like that. Like he'd in Berlin. He'd be so far from the front lines. He would just charm his way into just the cushiest position. The whole department would be fucking
She dog
fucked. yeah. But he would get.
We'd
he'd
be
getting
late
his
every day. Like, all right, we're taking off.
Oh, my
There's no work
God.
this week. But little O'Connie would be scurrying about. Dude.
Yeah,
I'd be
yeah.
a fat fucking party leader.
You'd be the dude at the fucking camp that would just point left and right.
Yeah,
Like,
dude.
meh, meh, meh. I don't know what I'd probably just be getting captured by the Allied forces.
Yeah, you know those. Like
I'd be in the trenches. I'm like, fuck this.
You'd be dead
Yeah,
right
just-
away,
oh my
dude.
God,
You'd
yeah.
be Eastern Front.
Oh yeah,
You're out.
I mean, if my paintball career has anything to do with like me at wartime, I used to get tagged constantly.
No, in Nazi Germany, you'd be saying crazy shit. and
I'd be
they'd
on the
like-
radios.
You'd either be head of propaganda or
True.
executed immediately.
yeah. You'd have to choose early which path.
It would go
you were
one
gonna
way or
take.
the other. It's
Yeah, you'd
absolutely
be
true.
saying crazy shit, and at first they'd be like, "This is good. These are very important ideas." And then you'd say a couple crazy things, and they'd be like, "Okay,
Yeah.
maybe take it back." Yeah, that's good. That's a good. I think the listeners will appreciate
That's
that.
fair,
Like,
too.
which Nazi would you be? That's a fun. It's a clickbait game.
Yeah,
And if
don't
you-
say that you wouldn't be.
Well, if you
Yeah.
say you wouldn't be, you were the guy fucking like dudes in Auschwitz being like, carry this rock.
That's
across
what
the
he
field.
would be doing.
What?
You'd be a little fucking SS guard. I could
Yeah.
see you with
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
run. Walk faster.
No. What, to the Jews?
Yeah.
No.
You'd
I
see a
wouldn't do
tall
that.
You'd see a tall
No,
Jewish
I
man, and
wouldn't-
you would resent him.
I'm
be snatching
I've got
their gold,
I was
dude.
like I'm a weak person, but I don't think I could do the concentration camp thing. I think
Well, that's
a-
what people think, but it was
No,
all.
Yeah,
I
you
would-
can do it.
It was you were chilling with your friends. It wasn't. It was like you're hanging with your friends, and like he was doing that was his task. And if you walked away, it's like you're leaving your boy.
No, it's Shane
Yeah.
would be like my boss, and I'd be like, "This isn't cool," and he'd be like, "You want to join him?
You want to go in there?
You want to join him?"
Plenty of space in there. We could fit you right in, dude.
yeah, that's
Got a little nook with your name on it, dude.
No, I think I would wind up. I don't think I
mean-
would have make it through the whole war because I would wind up being like, "This is fucking bullshit." I'd say that to the wrong person, they'd kill me. For
Yeah, they
sure.
killed us quick. People that
Yeah.
were like, "Yeah, this sucks."
Yeah,
You
I
were
mean,
out.
it is impossible to say. If you were in it,
Of course.
I mean, if you were on a team, if you're just on your team and you're like, "What's that? We're taking over the entire world." You're like, "Okay."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were like, "Okay, this is Joe."
Yeah, it's like we can do it, dude. We're taking over everybody.
That's
Easy.
a hard. Everyone's like, "I wouldn't do it." It's like, yeah.
Yeah, there's a whole that's like my favorite documentary, this history documentary. It was on the History Channel, and it's all home videos.
Yeah.
From World War II, from Germans, and the narrator the entire time is like, if you were a German, this is what you would do
For sure.
and it shows people's lives and shit. And it got to the point where you couldn't speak out.
Yeah.
Like all your neighbors were in on it. It was 1984, where it's
Look,
like
these
are-
you all have to pretend to love the party, and if
For
you
sure.
fake, like your kids would tell on you, they would teach your kids at school to rat you out.
Yep.
It's
Dude.
fucked up.
Did you see that? I watched a documentary about how like after the war, Germans got fucked up,
Yeah,
just
Bad.
massacred.
Oh, yeah.
everywhere. Like, yeah.
Well, there's a lot of like dudes that got out of concentration camps and just rolled through and just fucked people up.
Yeah. All
Well, that
those,
makes sense.
just like
Yeah,
executing
for sure.
people
But
and
this was
throwing them
a
in the
lot of
ditch.
them
Yeah.
were Russians. When the Russians invaded Germany, it was ugly.
Yeah, it was bad.
They were retreating to the west to surrender to the Allies
Didn't the
to avoid
No, I
what the
think like
fucking
most of the countries that they like took over, all the people
Yeah.
that were like in the army started getting fucked up.
Yeah.
just like regular.
well,
Didn't
they
the
both
Germans
committed
try to attack
atrocities.
Russia?
Yeah,
Really?
the Germans invaded Russia first
and got fucked up.
and were fucking shit up for a while, and then the
And
winter
winter
came,
hit, yeah.
and they did the scorched earth thing where they just burn everything and retreat. It's like you can't eat; you're just stuck in the winter.
Damn, what a fucking asshole move.
Stalin, dude, and he would leave civilians in cities he would keep people in the cities with no food or water to be like, that'll up morale. The soldiers will fight harder if they know they have to defend these people.
Damn.
It's fucking wild shit.
The weirdest part too is like that personality type still exists.
Hell yeah, Stalin.
Yeah, like those dudes tend to have a lot of kids and get a lot of pussy. So like, there's a lot of that fucking still floating around. There's a lot of that floating around.
There's a story about Stalin that I knew I didn't have his genes. When he was young, there was like a calf there was a
You were
flood.
worried about being Stalin.
This is when I knew I definitely didn't have it. Also, Stalin was a little guy. He was a little tiny boy.
Was he really?
Yeah, he was a tiny
Make him
boy.
look like a big old dude.
Of course he did. He was a little tiny boy.
Wow.
There was a calf that was like, there was a flood and it was stuck in this like tiny island of this river, and everybody was like watching it, and he swam out and broke its legs and then swam back, and everyone was like, what the fuck?
Why'd he do that?
He was nuts.
How
He
tall
was
was
wild.
Jesus.
Hitler was a short dude too, right?
He wasn't that short.
Well, how tall was Hitler?
Hitler was probably 5'10". I'm gonna
Okay.
go out. That's a rough estimate.
You just going average
Taking
male
a
height.
shot. Yeah, I think he was
yeah,
normal.
5'10".
Stalin was short. I think Stalin was like 5'6".
So is Stalin
5'5".
and Napoleon.
Yeah, and Napoleon, not that short for
Well,
the time.
how tall
for
was
the
fucking-
time, he was.
True.
What
He
was
was
he?
normal.
5 foot? How
I
tall
don't
was
know. I forget, but he was normal. And then, what also made him look short was he always had these grenadiers. I think is the name of the soldier. They were all, and the way they picked them was if they were like huge.
Oh,
So he was
okay.
always surrounded by these bodyguards with like 8-foot hats.
Damn.
That were giant. So he always looked like a little guy.
Gotcha.
How about that? You know?
Yeah, that's an interesting one.
Tune into the podcast. You hear stories about grown men pissing their pants. And then you learn
I didn't
stuff.
piss my pants, dude.
You
I pissed the
peed
bed.
the bed,
Piss
dude.
the bed. It's fair.
Dude,
That's,
this is going to be another cast my girlfriend's going to hear and be like,
She's gonna hear
"You're
this?
a fucking idiot." Yeah, probably should.